just try to make a living. And when I see people coming close to me, I just freak out. And then they say, I'm safe. I'm safe. Don't you trust me? You know, like. Well,
I did take a trip in December. I went to Arizona to go see my mom for her birthday, and I remember coming back and having like a runny nose and runny eyes, and it was like a very light cold. It seemed like a light cold. The cough, I remember it because I was always coughing. It's not something that I typically do. Even though I'm a smoker, the cough has never been, apparent or something that was obnoxious or something that was brought to my attention. I came home from this trip, and for like 2 weeks, my body aches and pains, and this is before we even knew COVID was even coming. I mean, it was here already. In December, it was already here. We just hadn't been talking about it because we didn't know. And I don't know if I've had it or not. And I don't want to mess up all this testing. I like how you get tested every day, but that counts for 14 tests. Wow. No, it's one test per person. Whoever it's like even the math is all screwed up.
Yeah, I don't know. It is so scary. It's just like, wow. No, we've never had.
I think the big thing here is to boost your immunity, no matter what it takes for you to. I remember back when we were sick, we used to have Zycon. We used to, do those swabs up the nose. It was a lot of zirconia. There's a lot of zinc involved with the treatment, and I don't know if that's playing into it, but. Keep your immune system up, dude. I mean, that's all you can really do is, try and fight it before it fights you and stay away from the sick people. And because we don't know who they are, stay away from people.
Really?
I mean, that's not my business. My business is to be out and meeting people. It's like, this is not good for business, folks.
Yeah, it's very
I'm being careful. I am being totally careful now. Hey, you're not wearing a mask. I can't be around you. The downfall and the damage is just too much. I just don't want it.
It is. I know. I saw a girl recently who was a friend of mine. She goes, "Come here, give me a hug." I said, "No, come on." I said, "No, Nicole, I'm not going to give anybody a hug right now. I don't have it." I go, "I don't know where you've been," and it's like, it's just so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I meet up with my biker buddies, and the first thing we do is give hugs to each other. We're just grateful to see each other another day, and we're just kind of like doing this elbow bump crap, which is like, I don't know, it's just not my style. I'll do a fist bump with you, but I'm not doing an elbow bump. And I do miss, telling my loved ones, hey, good to see you again, give them a big hug. I miss doing that. I really do. But I can't take. I don't know where you've been. I don't know if I've got it. I don't want you to get it. I don't want to get it. Just better off 6 feet, or just stay one hockey stick away from me.
It's a sad thing. It's like, I'm Italian, and every time we see each other, we hug each other, we kiss each other. It's
right.
And it's like now we just can't even do that. We just can't hug or give someone a high five or anything. It's like It's really bad. It's paranoid.
It's not what I expected out of 2020.
No, me either. I mean, just all this COVID. Sometimes I don't want to even watch the news. I just feel like I don't want to. My brain.
Oh, I'll stop. Oh, I've totally turned away from it. I keep an eye on the numbers. And with numbers doubling in a day, it's like, okay, this thing is like out of control. Who's in control? And you look at, our national system. Our national leader hasn't spoken since the election, other than a proclamation that he made. That's all he's done in the last week. It's been a week. We haven't even heard from him other than he's, I don't know, kicking and screaming about voter fraud that I can't find. When I do my research, I always vet whatever information is in front of me. I want, verifiable information to go out. So I'll verify the information before I say something. Like, even on a Facebook post, I'm verifying everything that I share. And I got to tell you, without some sort of leadership and without some direction, this is what you get.
Yeah.
We got it.
We got it.
We got it. But I do think that the states should be taking care of the states. I don't think this is yes, it's a national emergency, but it's so big. It's not something that our nation can do like a broad sweep across. We can't. It's just too big. It has to be broken down by states. And if the states would just let it, set the tone that this is going to be for a while, that this is something that you're going to have to be diligent about. We don't want you sick. We don't want you dead. We want you following direction. Could possibly help. But we should have been masking up from this whole time. This whole time we should have been masking up.
I agree. Just like, I don't know. I mean,
and not bandanas. Not bandanas. I'm talking about those N92 masks, where, there's absolutely no germs coming in. That's what should have happened first.
I agree. Because then I see, I don't know, just like it's just so out of proportion. I mean, I don't want to talk about politics. Our show is about venting. Does anybody else has any good ideas on masks or anything, or has a resource they want to share with us? Email us.
Including boosting your immunity, making sure, because COVID breaks down your immunity. As soon as you get COVID, your immunity system starts to depreciate. Now you're going to have it even worse because now the COVID's sucking, the life out of you. I think one of the biggest keys that we need to know is what works best and what's our best offense to prevent this defense from happening to us. What's our best offense? What's the best way of boosting our immunity so if we do get it, we're like an asymptomatic person versus a dead person?
I agree.
Why do some people just carry it and not even get sick? That's the mystery.
I agree with you. I mean, my former neighbor used to say Jewish penicillin would be great for you. I don't think Jewish penicillin can help with us. Chicken soup.
No, this is beyond anything that we've ever seen before, and I get that this is new to us, especially the infringements on our lifestyles. Because I got to tell you, nobody likes to hear from the government, you have to do it this way.
Yeah.
We're all a bunch of rebels. That's what made this country. That's why we threw tea in the Boston Harbor. No, we're not going to, it's in our system to fight you on this. But this is beyond... a national crisis. This is a worldwide crisis that's going to kill possibly, millions of people. More than 10 million people is what they're thinking. It's like, well, okay, we were overpopulated, but this is no way to thin it out. Absolutely none at all. This is just sick.
It is sick. But I'm going to tell.
But I think the mental awareness, keeping your mental awareness, about the disease is something that we all should be looking at and turning to each other for support. If you're having trouble getting your head around COVID, there are places in the county that you live in that you can call and say, hey, listen, I'm having a real struggle here. I'm freaking out. They will get you help. The counties are set up to get you help if you can get through to the counties because there's so many of us.
Yes, there's so many people freaking out. But I was going to ask people.
Yeah, you can't expect help on a national level at that. For that.
No, you can't.
That's why I kind of wanted to break it down to a more local level. Go by states. If you got a hot state, stay at home.
I know.
Don't go spread around.
I know a lot of people. People are freaking out about.
I've been dying to get out. I had like 3 different road trips that I wanted to take this year, and I haven't taken a single one because I'm afraid I'm either going to get it or I'm a spreader.
Yeah.
And I don't like being either one of those.
I know what you mean. It's just so scary right now. I mean, I don't know. I was going to ask people if they have any ideas about vitamins or supplements that people could take, let us know at 2.
Yeah, I think we could do justice with what's going on by giving better information, including preparation, like boosting your immune system. How can I get my immune system to be 100% or 110%, so in case it does come near me, I become asymptomatic instead of a carrier and then a passer?
Yeah. So if you have any ideas on vitamins or anything, let us know at 2 Guys Talking Shit. That's our Gmail address.
Yeah, shoot the email over.
Yeah.
2 Guys Talking Shit at gmail.com. We'll be reading responses as we go forward, but we do think that this is something that together is going to be a collective mess, but we want to make it the best collective mess that we can make it.
I mean, I know a lot of people are complaining about our Governor Pritzker in Illinois because he's being too strict. I mean, that's how you said the rebelness of our state, and other states are probably complaining about their governor too. You know.
Oh, I heard Michigan wants to hang that chick. I heard Michigan is like really fed up with their leadership, but I haven't seen what she's produced as far as policy. But let's just take care of ourselves and stop giving it to each other. I think it starts with just, basic bottom line respect for each other. You want to be a rebel, you want to go in without a mask. I'm not going within 10 feet of you. I'm sorry, that's just the way the circumstances of today is. It doesn't mean anything about me hating you or not liking you. It's me in fear of dying, or me in fear of giving you something that will kill you. I don't want either one. I want to pass through this. I want to be right down the middle of the road with this thing and get past it. But we're all over the road because of our livelihood is, freedom.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people.
A
lot of people have to deal with people. A lot of salesmen like you have to deal with people. When you meet people, you want to shake their hand, and you really can't shake their hand because, And yes, and
it's so awkward too when you go out, you extend your hand, and they're like, "No, I'm not touching that."
Yeah.
It's like, well, I get it, but I don't have cooties that I know of. And you got to respect that awkwardness because they have the same thing you have, and that's the fear of the unknown and what it's going to cause.
Yeah. And if
we get rid of the fear of the unknown, we can start working with each other again.
I agree. Well, this is our first show. If anybody has any other topics they want us to know, send us a Gmail. Shoot it to us at 2guystalkingshit@gmail.com.
Yeah, not bad for a first show. Let's talk about COVID and how it wrecked the world.
I imagine
can't
people,
do any better than that, Ben.
I know. I imagine people like listening to our show, just like turning it off. I mean, like
1,000 different show ideas, and we're picking on COVID.
I know.
Well, it's the right thing to do, though. Maybe discussion will help us get through this faster.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we were shooting ideas on shows, and this is a show that we were not going to even talk about this idea until yesterday when I spoke to Dan, our daily, our weekly conference, and talk what we're going to talk about, and I told him my fear. So And
it made me want to make that the number one subject to start with. The anxiety around COVID is before, during, and after the event as you're living life. And there's different levels of the psychological setbacks that you're having, or the future setbacks that you fear of having, or the psychological fears of, okay, I'm past it, but I'm not well again. Is this thing going to linger and kill me? I mean, I'd hate to be in those positions. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I find video conferencing so embracing is that I can still do my work as a real estate broker and still conduct business without getting anybody sick unknowingly, or getting somebody across the table from me get me sick unknowingly. I mean, it's that unknown. So deal with the unknown and boost your immunity is the best that you can do. Protect yourself. It's every man for himself nowadays.
I agree. I mean, it's like my daughter always freaks when I come home from work. Did you wash your hands? You know,